Trial for Kyle Rittenhouse, who is accused of shooting 3 people, 2 who died during Kenosha protests last summer, is nearly underway.
And it's already proving contentious, especially after a judge's decision to not allow the people shot to be called victims, but keeping the door open for terms such as rioters and looters. Madeline O'Neill spoke with a local defense attorney who breaks down what it all means.
Jessica Nicholson is a defense attorney here in Madison who actually represented the defendant, Kyle Rittenhouse, for a few days last year. But she spoke to us just from the perspective of an attorney who's seen these arguments play out in court before.
It's going to be really interesting to see.
See what happens in the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse, accused of shooting 3 people and killing 2 of them during protests following the police shooting of Jacob Blake. The terms arsonist, looter, and rioter won't be off the table to describe those shot during the trial, but the word victim is.
I understand why there's this emotional reaction from everyone about that, particularly because here the decedents are in fact dead.
It's a man that for 2 years.
Madison-based defense attorney Jessica Nicholson says this battle over semantics isn't new to the courtroom.
It's been around as long as I've practiced law, and I've been practicing over 15 years.
Overseeing the Rittenhouse trial, Judge Bruce Schrader has a long-standing rule of not allowing prosecutors to refer to individuals as victims during a trial, calling it a loaded word. Nicholson says she's been in court with judges with similar policies.
I would really urge people to hold off on forming negative opinions about the judge for doing what I think is a pretty normal job.
Because of that policy not using the word victim, prosecutors argue the judge is setting a double standard, potentially allowing the use of the words arsonist, looter, and rioter, calling them possibly more loaded. Judge Schrader says he'll see what the evidence shows, possibly demonstrating that kind of behavior will play a role in the trial, when Rittenhouse's attorneys will likely argue self-defense or defense of others and property. Though Nicholson says words do matter, she thinks other parts of this trial will matter more.
I expect it's going to be a high-spirited debate.
Now, protesters have called for Judge Schrader to resign for his handling of this case, including when he wouldn't raise Rittenhouse's bail. Rittenhouse of Illinois was 17 at the time of the protests and the shootings in Kenosha after social media calls to take up arms in response to those protests. Jury selection in this trial is set for Monday.